Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. It is exactly 10:15 this Monday morning, and we have Appa Mariam Mia, our senior presenter here at Salaamedia, to give us an update on the tour. Our visitor, Sister Abeer Zayyad, landed on Saturday. She is our guest, our esteemed guest here at Salaamedia, and of course, the person who is in touch and in tune with all of the goings and the schedule, etc., the timetable of Sister Abeer Zayyad is none other than Appa Mariam Mia. And she must be really burning the candle at both ends. Assalamu alaikum, Mariam. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you, my beloved Auntie Julie, as well as all our Salam Media listeners and viewers.
Okay, let me just start off by saying it was such a pleasure meeting Abeer Zayyad on a Saturday evening at Kurtuba at the Lemoni restaurant, which Salam Media hosted. Thank you indeed. I know that you were very involved in getting everything done. It was a wonderful evening, and our hosts were absolutely very, very gracious indeed. And that, of course, was the owners of the Kurtuba complex.
Yes, Alhamdulillah to us indeed. I think a special, warm, sunny South African welcome. We managed to confer upon Sister Abeer as well as her Sister Uhud as well. Alhamdulillah, it was a good ambiance and atmosphere, and I'd like to also on extend our gratitude to Appa Sahir and her daughter Anisa, as well as everybody at the restaurant in the Kurtuba complex. And speaking of Kurtuba, Sister Abeer just completed a very engaging, informative, passionate address to our youngsters, to our youth at the Kurtuba Academy, the Kurtuba School down in Lenville Park. And I wasn't there, but watched it, and it was truly moving, motivating, and engaging and reviving, or allowing us to have that, ensuring that the Masjid Aqsa and Jerusalem always remains on the top of our agenda until, inshallah, Allah lets us see the liberation of Masjid
Ameen.
and Jerusalem in our lifetime.
Amin, Thumma Amin. Mariam, I know you've been very, very involved in, bringing Abeer Zayyad to South Africa. You've been very involved in the itinerary, etc. But I also know you have a full-time job, and so you do have your hands full. And I am truly amazed at just what a multitasker you are. But two things I need to ask of you this morning is, why do you believe our sisters and brothers here in South Africa should make a concerted effort at attending one of Abeer Zayyad's talks? And then also tell us which towns and cities she'll be visiting.
Okay. So, yes, I wear many scarves, Alhamdulillah, and I try to give my time and effort in every domain, inshallah. And that's I'm passionate about, because it's our legacy. So, not even our brothers and sisters and maybe people that are 30 plus, 35 plus onwards should be attending, but I'm now appealing to our youth to attend, because those that are like in that age category have experienced some part of apartheid or in the early days and that, but our youth, because they have not experienced apartheid, so it's difficult for them to actually understand, unless you visited Jerusalem, what it means to be marginalized, to be oppressed, to be robbed of opportunities, to be treated or degraded to not even second class, but third class citizens. So it's important, and then also the value and importance of Masjid Aqsa in Islam for us. So it's not only our brothers and sisters, but I'm appealing to the youth as well. Please, you need to come out here. We have somebody who has Masjid Aqsa that runs through her brains and veins as well. She sings Masjid Aqsa, she sleeps Masjid Aqsa, only her love for that. And also she has an academic training aligned to that. So it's not just activist passion, but it's studying about the whole precinct itself in terms of the architecture, the archaeology, taking back the history and the facts. So whenever she speaks, she backs it up with facts. What facts? Where she can engage in dialogue in an academic discussion. So Alhamdulillah, Sister Abeer is a full package. Alhamdulillah, representing Jerusalem and Masjid Aqsa. And hence, I think from Salaamedia side, this is why we decided we need to bring her back to the shores of South Africa to educate also the youth. Hence, we are focusing on school engagements in the morning as well, because that is education, is about developing minds to understand atrocity and taking a stand and understanding what is wrong in our world so that we can have solutions to then create a better, just world, inshallah. So today, as I mentioned, Kurtuba, this evening, she's going to be meeting up with the sisters. Sister Aisha Kaji, as you are aware,
yes,
arranged a beautiful tour in Ramadan. So today there's going to be, I think, a debriefing session, a reconnection, a rekindling now. Sister Abeer is on our shores. So hopefully that this evening at Salaamedia officers, there will be a good productive discussion now in terms of the way forward and in what capacity, in what resources, and how best we can assist productively to support Sister Abeer and everybody in Jerusalem, everybody in Palestine in their struggle. So that meeting is going to happen. Tomorrow, to all our One Nation listeners and all our Polokwane listeners, please take out the green carpet, gold carpet,
inshallah,
because Sister Abeer will be heading your way there, inshallah. She'll be addressing the youth again at the school. She's going to meet up with the sisters at Barikal Amal. So please contact Sister Anita and all the beautiful, wonderful sisters of Barikal Amal and just find out what's happening as well thereafter. So she's going to be in Limpopo tomorrow. Please, if you are living in Port Elizabeth, well, it's very worth your while to take a drive to Polokwane and listen to what Sister Abeer has to be saying. On Wednesday, Alhamdulillah, at Pretoria Women United, they have arranged at TMS School a talk, at Al Ghazali College a talk, and then they will be hosting Sister Abeer as well. And then on Wednesday evening, the very, very important public meeting, public discussion at Nur al-Islam. Please, it will be well worth it to take a ride to Lenasia and come and listen to Sister Abeer, as well as all the Palestinian solidarity organizations are going to be present, and they also going to be addressing us and informing us so that Masjid Aqsa, as I said, always remains on the top of our agenda in our du'as and also in our actions.
Inshallah. So what I will do, Mariam, is tomorrow at around the same time, if you are available, I'd like to talk with you again so you can give us some feedback as to tonight's session here with Sister Aisha Kaji, and then talk about the following week. You know, you can talk to us about her tour to Pietermaritzburg, Durban, Cape Town, etc. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up this morning?
I just want to add something that I listened. So last night, I failed to mention, last night we had an intimate supper, but it was a takeout. We hosted it at Labine Coffee Shop in Muchachos here in Emarencha. And there we just met a few sisters and we were just sitting sister to sister intimate conversation.
MashaAllah.
And she was explaining to us an experience. So she was recently in solitary confinement for a week. And she was explaining to us and giving us a vivid description of what it is like to be in solitary confinement in a prison in Palestine. So she says, you don't know what's happening. You don't know the time. You don't know the hour. You don't know what's happening in the outside world. You're completely isolated. You are stripped of everything. Even she says, there's cameras there, so you don't have dignity. You need to go to the loo, which is really, really in a poor, atrocious condition. You don't even feel like using the bathroom unless it's absolute necessity. she found a tube of toothpaste laying around, and that was her soap. She said, I used to clean my hands with the toothpaste. So then I
Mm.
asked her, then how did you keep track of time? She says, near the prison there's a masjid. So I worked out then what time I was put in there, and I used the azan as my clock to find out that,
Wow.
to know that I was awake. She used that, and then I said, then what kept you sane? Because sometimes our own thoughts are worst enemy because we overthink.
Mm.
And your mind plays games with you.
Absolutely.
I asked her, what kept you sane and kept you focused? She said, I then started remembering all the surahs and all the parts of the Quran that I'd memorized from my childhood, and I started focusing on seeing if I remember them, and I started reading Quran. And she said I was so surprised because there were a few surahs that I didn't realize I still know them. I committed them to memory in my very
Alhamdulillah.
young age, and I didn't realize I still knew them. But as I sat in solitude, and when I started reading, they all came back to me. I was able to recite them uh, and from memory, and that gave me so much encouragement, and that actually was my courage to remain sane and hopeful, inshallah. And I thought that was such a poignant moment for me, and it struck such a positive chord in terms of her love for Masjid Aqsa is so connected to her iman and her spirituality.
Alhamdulillah, what a beautifully uplifting story. We will talk tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you can give us the background as to why she was placed in solitary confinement and so much more. So I look forward to our chat round about the same time tomorrow, Appa Mariam Mia, inshallah.
Sister Julie, and shukran for giving us the time and the platform to discuss the tour. And inshallah, please stay connected. And so
Will
some of
do.
Sister Abeer's addresses will be on Salaamedia YouTube, which we will share the link as well.
Okay, you go well. Keep us in your du'as and salamu alaikum to you.
Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's 10:27 a.m. News and Views wrapping up now. Big thank you to our producer Nasrin Naidu, and also to our controller, and that's you, Abdul Salam. We do apologize for the few technical hitches we had, but of course it was load shedding, so sadly that is to be expected. But till tomorrow morning, the same time, all I can say to you is try and keep track of Sister Abeer. Abeer Zayyad's tour, and try and make sure that you attend at least one of her talks. She is a phenomenal Muslimah, and you will truly, truly be inspired and motivated by her. So till tomorrow morning, at the same time as always, take care on the road. Salamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz from me, Julie Ali.